So everybody, welcome to the Tuesday live stream. So there's a couple of things going on, but nothing too harsh. But let's just take it slow and talk about the red day that is right now. So maybe you have woken up, or depending on where you're at in the world, you may take a look and say, you know, this was not the bull run I had signed up for. I need to speak to somebody's manager because it looks like there's this thing called a red day, and there's an actual depreciation of the assets that I had invested into. What the heck is going on? Well, it's pretty normal. I think you've been around here for quite some time. I mean, Bitcoin, geez, just in an hour is down 2%, which is pretty remarkable considering that, you know, it has a market cap of almost $1.9 trillion. Ethereum's down. I mean, I think it'd be easier just to say what's up in the last hour to 24 hours. There's always something. And that's not a stable coin. And BitGet, 5.8%, probably because they've got so many people actually using their exchange. Mantra somehow, 3.6. Yeah, pretty bad as far as like redness. So what's going on? Is it because there is, you know, some new nuclear war going on, or did Jerome Powell come out and say, hey, you know what, we're not going to cut rates, we're going to raise rates? And no, it's none of that whatsoever. Really what it comes down to is just people getting liquidated. And you can see there's a great website called coinglass.com, and you can go over there and take a look at the liquidation data. And we can see right now that in 24 hours, you had 1.67 billion. I think it topped out around 1.8 billion. If we take a look back, historically speaking, it was 1.8 billion. Hasn't been liquidated that much since roughly 2021. Now you can correct me in the comments section, but it's the day that I took a look at. And I can tell you that it's one of those days. And we just see here the total liquidations chart. Usually it's pretty stable. You know, the leverage players, leverage longs, leverage shorts, they get liquidated, not equally, of course, but across the spectrum, you can see, hey, there's, you know, been quite a bit. You know, 83 million here, 66 million there. Well, 100 million if you add them both up. Then, you know, some ones that are like over here, like, wow, look at that, almost 530 million. That's quite a bit. And then there's this day. And it's one of those things like we talked about, is that sometimes there's just an over exuberance in the market. And when you get over exuberance, the market likes to rear up and smack you right in the face and say, hey, we're not going to go that far that fast. We'll go places, but you got to wait for me. And this is essentially what's going on. Again, we've got almost $1.8 billion in liquidation. So if we take a look, you know, where are the biggest offenders? Well, if we take a look at the exchanges themselves, we can say that over the last 24 hours, Binance leading the charge at roughly 700 million liquidations. OKX, 423 million, and Bybit, 355. And then, of course, there's other different smaller exchanges which make up that vast number. And then it's just the way of the market itself. So when you think to yourself, well, is there something that's going on, or some kind of economic news? Look, you can find a narrative for anything out there. You can find a narrative for when markets go up. You can find a narrative when markets go down. But the long and the short of it is, pun intended, is that people getting liquidated and they want to open up these positions. Here also from CoinGlass, we can see the long to short ratio. And we can take a look at the different exchanges themselves and take a look at their longs and shorts. I mean, quite a bit. And people are just betting left and right about where they think things are going. And you would think as like, because most people on my channel are mostly long-term investors, and they take a look at this and they say, why can't people just buy and hold? Oh, if it was just that easy. But unfortunately, there are people out there that are super greedy, or they just can't help but trade. And I have no problems with that. I mean, it makes my life quite interesting. Because if everything just went up straight, I mean, it'd be kind of boring, wouldn't it? I know everybody right now is screaming at their screen going, no, that would be awesome. But sometimes you want a little bit of a pullback, and you want these things to actually happen because it's actually good for you. So when I talk about it's good for you, it's good for us, it's good for the exchange. I actually put this out this morning and talked about these billions of liquidations that just happened. And I reminded everybody that liquidations, unfortunately, I mean, if you're leveraging, it's not good for you, but it's good for the market and it's good for the exchanges. Here's why. So it's good for the exchanges themselves because when they're doing all these things and they're liquidating and they're going back and forth, people doing trades, they make money on fees. I mean, they do, and that's actually a good thing for the exchanges. Now, I'm not a big fan of paying fees, but it helps them to offer new products and bring new people in and marketing, all that great stuff. I said more activity is more fun. When liquidations happen, prices move a lot, makes the market exciting. Look, if you want to be straight up, 10%, maybe 15%. Actually, that's not true. S&P 500 actually has been overperforming around 20%, correct me in the comments. But does that really excite you to get into this market? I got to tell you, 20%, I'm not going to roll out of bed unless it's over 50. I mean, I just, I think everybody should start, they should actually start in traditional equities and stocks, and then they can graduate into crypto where actually things really happen. And then, of course, exchanges, they stay safe. If someone loses too much money, the exchange might not get paid back. So if you liquidate everybody, pretty much protects the exchanges themselves. And I cannot stress it enough how much I want you guys to take your crypto and digital assets off the exchanges for the ones that don't do these things and are a bunch of cowboys. Put it in cold storage. I think we all learned our lesson, right? Celsius, Voyager, FTX, BlockFi, list goes on. Also doing this, they attract more players. Exciting price movements from liquidations attract all the new traders. They keep the game running. When people lose their bets, the exchange can use the leftover money to help cover other losses because they didn't liquidate fast enough. So I said liquidations are like the reset button in a big trading game. And you've always seen it. Like once there's like a big liquidation event, then you see a higher price. Then you see the market type of run. But regardless, even if you see, if we're talking about that and I'm saying, this is good, this is bad, it doesn't matter. Let's just take a look at it historically. This is from Wicked. And he talks about missing the two best 24-hour periods of Bitcoin returns each year since 2014 would have completely wiped out the 12,000% plus gains you had by just hodling. Because right now, I think people are thinking to themselves, I got to do something. I got to invest in this. I got to move money around. I got to do this, is down. I think people freak out. Maybe not you guys, but I think some people do. And I think they freak out because they think that, if it's going to go down 5% for Bitcoin, altcoins go down 10, 15%, they're going to keep going down and keep going down. It's going to be awful. So I got to move things around. Sometimes it's just best just to not do anything. Just do what I do. I look at the charts today and I go, that kind of sucks. And then you just go, well, time to go to the gym or go someplace else. Because sometimes people just overthink it. And they overshoot it, and then they start to sell and move things around, and they miss out on their gains. I cannot tell you how many times I get emails or direct messages about people who lost so much funds just because they're doing the crazy trading thing that they don't really know how to do. So if you do, good luck to you. But I got to tell you, I made all my money just investing and waiting. It's very simple. It's very boring, but it sure as hell works. And then if we take a look at it, historically speaking, let's just take a look at this little chart here from Ben's site in the CRYPTOVERSE. It's the ROI after the halving, the return on investment after the Bitcoin halving. We just had one April 20th, 2024. And so far, the ROI for that has been a whopping 1.55. Not the greatest, I know, but I've been seeing a lot of posts about how people say that either we already topped out at 104K and that's it, or we're just going to shoot sideways for quite some time and then until we hit a bear market. And I thought to myself, well, if that happens, that would be historically different than everything we've done in the past other cycles. Let me overlay this with the halving cycle 3 in the ROI. So obviously, this last cycle started in 2020. Gosh, was it May? Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, May 12th, 2020. That's when we had the last halving. And if we extrapolate that data to pretty much the same time frame from this many days, what is this, 231 days? You can see that we're actually a little bit above. But what happens after this time point, going into from 2020, going into 2021, we did this. So we were at 3.73. And then the ROI was 7.36. So it doubled from this to this. I'm not saying it's going to double from here. I can't give you a price prediction, but it'd be very weird if we just went sideways and down looking at the last cycle. Let's take a look at the cycle before that. Here's the cycle 2. This is in red. And this was in, gosh, July 2016. And you can see, actually, we zoom in, we're actually pretty close to that 2017 cycle. That's why I've said before that this cycle starts to remind me of 2017. Now, if I'll remind you, from the ROI from the bottom to the top, I want to say it was around a 20x. Let me see. Oh, I stand corrected. It was a 30x. Excuse me. So if we're taking a look at the cycle 2 from 2016 to 2017, and again, what happens here? It keeps going. It just happens in the bull run year, 2021. And if we go back to the first cycle, but this isn't really even fair. It goes crazy parabolic. I don't like to look at this one because it's the first one, and it gives me too much bullishness, and that's not really good. But the ROI for this one was, 92x. So anyhow, regardless of what's being said, I just don't think that we topped out and we're going to shoot sideways and then we're going to go into a bear market. I think right now, we're just in that phase of getting into the next year. But I could be wrong. Let me think about that in the comment section. And then also, I don't want to give anybody like some type of ancillary hype or some type of like prefabricated moon boy stuff. There are stuff that kind of make me question the direction of where things are going. And especially as we take a look at this from Cointelegraph. This was just 21 hours ago, which is kind of funny. He said, just in, Bitcoin balances on exchanges have dropped to their lowest point ever, meaning the same thing we've heard before. There's a supply shock, bro. All right. So I'm looking at this. What this means is that the amount of the Bitcoin that are on the exchanges has gone from its lowest point. And it looks like, well, this is what they said, to their lowest point ever. They totally misspoke here. Because if I take a look, well, first of all, I took a look at Crypto Quant. And their data actually does say the same thing, but they go back to 2021 only. I can't go beyond that. And I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't make any sense. How is that even possible? Because if you go forever, that I can guarantee you in 2017, 2016, they didn't have this much volume on there because there wasn't as many Bitcoin minted in mind. And the web brokers calls them out and says, hey, this is not true. You're straight out lying, deliberately misleading people by not showing the chart prior to 2020. In yellow is the Bitcoin price. In blue is the Bitcoin exchange balance. You can see quite clearly before 2020, it was much lower. Actually, if you go from 2021 down, I'd say it's about 2018 or so when it actually fell below that line. But it's been massively done before that. So I know like we want to get exuberance. We want to get that, everything's going to just keep going up and it's going to be great. But look, you got to be honest and tell people some days suck. And some days are difficult because you take a look at these red prices. But if you just sit back and go, okay, what's my options here? Am I going to sell into weakness or do I want to wait for strength? And it's up to you for what you want to do. Me personally, I'm good for these days. Dips in the bull runner for buying. Dips in the bear markets. Maybe you want a dynamic DCA or do nothing. But right now, I had to buy yesterday, and it was and my bank account was quite anemic compared to my crypto account. But let me know what you're doing right now. This is what I'm doing, sitting on the sidelines, bought a little bit, just waiting. I think the best days are ahead of us. That's all we have. And then lastly, then we'll get into a little Q&A, is 3 things, actually 2 things. First of all, I want to say, where did it go? Oh, World Mobile Token. They're going to have their release of their documentary, which takes a look at how they helped out in North Carolina, the things they did to connect the unconnected with their decentralized physical infrastructure network, and how they're using that to actually connect people for people who don't have telecommunications. Now they're rolling out a nationwide United States phone plan with unlimited talk, text, and data. I will be one of the first ones to sign up for that service, and I'll let you know. But today they're having the release of their documentary. I linked in the description. I think it comes out, I think it's 3:30 Eastern time, 2:30 Central 1:30 Mountain, and 12:30 Pacific. So you can check that out. And also I want to give a shout out to them for thanking them because we're going to be doing this tomato coin drop. Again, this is a meme coin for all my DNews stakeholders over at the Cardano delegators list. And if you have Cardano and you're not staking with DNews, there's a link in the description. Show you how to do it. We're going to do an airdrop for tomato coin. We're going to do it for World Mobile Token, and also Cornucopias is going to be joining. And then there's going to be some other big announcements coming in as far as Cardano projects who will also be doing the airdrop. And all you got to do is just use DNews stake pool, and that's it for today. So look, like today's video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. Everything we talk about is time sensitive. Now, if you want to stick around, we'll do a little Q&A, answer all your questions the best of my abilities, and we'll go from there. All right, Daniel. Rob, you dumped on us, didn't you? Is this your last live stream till the bears? No, but somebody wrote in on X, they said, hey, Rob, I have to tell you that I sold yesterday. I just felt like it was time. I had some bills to pay, and hope you're not mad. And I said, oh, so you dumped on me? I said, did you dump on me? He said, well, congratulations. That's exactly what I tell people to do. So remember, nobody ever went broke taking profits. So if it's your time to take those profits and you've locked them in and you've been buying during the bear market, congratulations, touche. That's what you should be doing. I'm not going to say you have to sell this amount or that amount, or you have to sell this crypto or that crypto or this percentage. It's up to you. I don't even tell you to sell today. I'm just saying at some point you're going to have to take profits. Can we stake ADA from TANGEM? No. Unfortunately, they don't. You can stake Solana from TANGEM, but that'll be rolling out at some point. Crap. Benjamin Cohen's here. Listen, man, I'm real tired of you bugging me. I think you've got a show to do. I'm on Bitcoin dominance or something. Just let me steal all your information from your website so I can give it to these people, and maybe they can sign up for that. What's up, Ben? Whole gang is here. Ben is in. Amy J, Les Bag. Oh, look at that. Des. And Vision of Tomo, who yesterday said that Bitcoin was going to go to 92,000, which when I woke up today, I go, like, damn, Tomo might have been right. I think we dipped down to like 94K, and I was like, this guy's Nostradamus. I don't know how he did that. Thanks, Ben, for everything you do. Yeah, Ben's a good guy. Benjamin, Ben. Sorry, wrong chat. Trying to troll a turbo shill. Nothing wrong with little turbo. There's nothing wrong with little meme coins. Love you. Ben's still swapping to. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's right. I love it. As soon as we get into the bear market, as soon as we get into the higher in the bull market, I get the pleasure of being called a boomer. That's fun times. And now Ben will be called a boomer. This is great. Ben's way younger though. Hey, Will. Mama says quantum computers will bring Bitcoin down to zero. You know, if quantum computers do, I mean, they're already out. The thing is, are they going to be mass produced? If quantum computers do get mass produced, do you think it's just Bitcoin that's going to be vulnerable? Like, what about your, I don't know, your personal data? What about your social security number? What about your bank accounts? What about the nuclear codes? I don't know. But I got to tell you, I don't think it's just Bitcoin that's going to be at the chopping block. There's a lot of things to take into consideration with that. So we'll see. Oh, what's this? Hey, Rob. Hey. Crypto miner, Wimmy holograms, low float and cap stunner. All right, sounds good. I don't know what the heck that was. Urko, Rob, give us some good pointers of which platform to use to actually cash in our crypto gains. Those come with different withdrawal limits. Asking for a friend, of course. I think we talked about this yesterday, didn't we? And we talked about, I don't know what exchange that you have, but if you want to, it depends. If you want to cash out, right, at some point, and you need cash, not stable coins, the first thing you have to do is you would probably want to talk to your exchange right now and say, hey, I need to know what my sell limits are per day. And they're going to tell you. And then you got to ask them, hey, also, what are my limits of what I can send to the bank every day? And they'll tell you. And then you got to go to your bank and say, hey, what are my limits? Because, you know, I work in McDonald's and I know that $589 paycheck every week comes in like clockwork. But if for some reason I just go big on, you know, Bandera coin or something, and I get $10 million, would you guys be okay with me just sticking that in the checking account? They're probably going to say no. So you got to understand that you have to set those up with both sides. Now, let's say your bank's like, Bobby, you're shady anyhow. We don't really like you, but we keep you around because we think you're funny. Sure. And you say, well, what I'll do then is, because there's a problem with you, the bank, I need to find a better bank. What I'll do is I'll sell my XYZ coin, tomato coin, whatever, and I'll put that into stable coins and I'll stick those on. I'll leave them on the exchanges. Unless I do something smart, like taking that stable coin that is on exchange and then moving that into my cold storage device and waiting for all this craziness to die down, and then start to take those stable coins, send them to my exchange when we're, you know, actually cooling down, and then start to extract that money into my bank slowly but surely. So there's many options to do it. That's how I would do it. And then also, as a reminder, if you use Coinbase, did you know that if you somehow exchange those in, like, say, like a DEX or within your cold storage device, and you send over USDC to Coinbase, they will send the USDC to your bank. Rob, how do they do that? Because my bank doesn't accept USDC, which is a crypto stablecoin. They do the conversion for you without charging you a dime. Also, if you have any kind of access to, like, I don't know what, if Binance has like a Binance Pro or a Binance Advanced, but like Coinbase has like this Coinbase Advanced or Coinbase Pro, and the fees are much smaller than just the regular fees for the normies. So that's what I would do. Crypto economist, what's up? Buying this tip. Good enough. South Korea, infinite money printing, probably so. You know, if they want to be like America, that's fine. Go ahead and print it up. Let's see how long that lasts. Skylar, Rob, what's your favorite wallet besides Tangem? Another Tangem. Now it's right now, like, I use Ledger and Tangem, and that's it. I know people will say like a Trezor and a this and a that. They're probably great. I just don't use them. Like, I don't have time to take a look at the other 20 that are out there. I just say, well, these ones worked and there's been no hacks. Although Ledger has had your data hacked, not your crypto hacked, but that's on them. Savage Viking, we're all boomers. Those are some old BDUs, soldier. I know because I used to wear those. All right. Hey, Darren. Let's see. Holy smokes. 530 shares of MicroStrategy, 1 Bitcoin. Wow. I wonder what what's the stock price of MicroStrategy today? MicroStrategy. Because you would assume they would be right in you would assume they'd be right in tangent with the Bitcoin price. 376 to, that's pretty good. I mean, remember, this is traditional equities. This isn't like meme coin stuff. Like 1% on a meme coin is like a sneeze. Let's see how they're doing over 5 days. Damn, 5%. Yeah, they're just as volatile as Bitcoin, I guess. But 1 month up 6%. 6 months, and this is the big thing, which we should always do, is always zoom out. 125% in the past 6 months. 1 year, they're up 550%. What are they up 5 years? Jeez. Wow. I think there was a stock split, though. Not for sure. Good for those guys. I own some MicroStrategy. I just got in late, though. Not like crazy gains, but gains where I'm happy with. Yeah, you know, quantum issue could be good for HBAR. I think I want to say that HBAR and Cardano are quantum resistant. I know people hate when I say the word. Some people love when I say Cardano. Some people hate when I say Cardano. I think it's doing quite well. Dirt necklace. That's a good one. Are YouTube statistics starting to tick up? I'm not sure, but you know what we can take a look at? Let's see. I mean, for me, they're a little bit on the rise, and I've had more subscribers. That's nice, but what we really want to take a look at is these risk indicators. So social metrics is the big laggard right now. Look at that. YouTube subscribers, yeah, mine are up, so everybody's up across the board. YouTube views at 0.2, and Twitter followers for layer ones is the highest. That's weird. YouTube views, let's take a look. Who's got the most? Not me, that's for sure. Let's see. How's my man Aaron Bennett? Ooh, look at Aaron Bennett. Doing great. 13-year crypto pro. You guys should check him out. Let's see. Bankless. Yeah. CCV. Dan's doing pretty good. Best answers. Pretty stable. Plan B. Yeah, he does stuff. How about Tommy? Tom's not. Tom should be doing. I thought he was doing way better. No, he's doing good. What the heck happened here? 210,000. Wow. I think across the board, come on. It's not too bad as far as views. I don't think retail is here yet, if that's the question. I just don't. Steady bug could be correct. I think it's already priced in. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe this little dip is just par for the course. Echo's right. Some DEXs do allow limit orders. I'm pretty sure Uniswap has, because I've done it before. Was it Uniswap? I can't remember. But yeah, it's nice. I don't really like to do the limit orders because then I got to keep them in a wallet, but it is what it is. Good advice. Yeah. Jay says, hey, Rob, my bank account and crypto accounts mirror yours in anemicness. Do you think the XRP meme coin craze will go more nuclear than Doge and older meme coins did back around the Elon SNL episode? I don't know, but I know people say like people aren't really into meme coins, but just between us, it's just us and a couple thousand. If you go to CoinGecko, there's this thing called largest gainers, and it's always the same. It's always meme coins. Every single day, it's a different meme coin. And I'm like, I think people, they get sick of the memes because like they get sick of getting rugged. But then you always have this like little nagging feeling like, you can do it, bro. You can do it. You can get into Griffane right now and write it up when they're 50%. You can get into Coma Inu, whatever the heck that is. Like there's this gambler on your shoulders that are like, you can do it. Most of this is just look at AC. Most of this is just not going to happen. I think because of our gambling nature, let's be honest, most of us are. Because of your gambling nature, it still is. There's a little bit of interest. Correct me where I'm wrong here, but I don't think meme coins and the gambling aspect is going to go away anytime soon. Kranskinator is here, right? Hey, Dez. Ooh, nice. I think we can see Sol under $200. They're pretty good. Crypto Gem. Rob, Coinbase also pays 5% of USDC, better than the bank. I will warn you, you know who paid a lot for USDC? Celsius and Voyager. Boatload. So now, do I think that Coinbase will go under? I never thought that. I thought Voyager was a safe play too, and that we'll see how that worked out. Here we are. So just be careful. Crypto Jim's got a point. I personally, it'd be great because, like, let's take it back. Someone asked me a question about Cardano. Can you stake your Cardano on TANGEM? You can't. But you can stake it within your wallet on like an exchange. You can stake Solana. But you know what's great is when you're able to take Solana, which I've been doing, and put it onto your cold storage device, TANGEM, and you're able to stake it within your cold storage device, which I do right now on TANGEM. And it's great. It's cold storage, but I'm staking it. I'm gaining yield. It's fantastic. The question I have is, at some point, maybe if we could use those stable coins and put those on our cold storage device, but also get yield in some way. Now we're talking. That would be a viable product. And I'm sure it's out there. Actually, no, I'm not sure. I'm sure it's coming. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Uphold pays 4.2%. Now, Uphold, I think, is a hot storage. Like it's constantly connected to the internet. However, Echo, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that you can connect your ledger and you can safeguard your hot wallet. The same thing can be said for MetaMask. You can connect your ledger device, and that's the only way that you can send out any kind of cryptos. Ayub now says, Rob, you went swimming when Bitcoin reached 100K? Yeah, we did the diving video, which I dove into my green screen. Very tough to do, very hard. Had a lot of back and forths with the videographers and how they were able to actually put me into this green screen. Is very difficult, but it was worth it. Buy the dip, I already did. Buy it again. At some point, we're all going to get dipped out. Bonk to the moon. Yeah, I've heard some interesting things about Bonk, and it's all good. And I'm actually going to have some of the people that are within the ecosystem come in. Did you know that they have over 100 different dApps on Bonk? And the things they do are pretty cool, like stuff you actually would use. I got to get that guy on the show. Let's see. Dogecoin Alpha, anyone buy the pre-sale? VCs probably. Oh, yeah. Bodan says, I think announcement tomorrow whether or not Microsoft and Amazon are going to add Bitcoin. Now, I know Microsoft has to make the decision if they're going to add that to their balance sheet. I don't know about Amazon. But if we get both, great. Microsoft probably rejects Bitcoin. We'll see. Microsoft looks like a no. We need a George collab again. I think George is doing just fine in his channel. I don't like to do many collabs these days. Like, I like the people that I know. I'm good. Luis, Rob, do you plan to exit all your Bitcoin and buy back at the next lows in 2026, 2027? The idea is that there's a bull run coming, and it doesn't look like this. This was just the beginning. I think it's going to be higher, probably better in 2025. And the idea was there are certain indicators I'm looking at, and you can find those indicators in a video when I'm going to do it. You know what we need to do? There's a video in the description. It's called When I'm Going to Sell 80% of My Crypto. What we need to do is we need to do a watch along video where I play the video, I'm in the background, and you guys just ask me questions. And once those indicators hit, and they don't have to be all perfect. There's a little bit of science and an art behind it, I would say. And then I start selling, and I'm going to sell a boatload of altcoins. And people are going to be really ticked off, the new subscribers, because like, this guy's dumping on me. I'm like, yes, exactly. It was my job to make sure that these projects keep going by funding their research, by funding their buys, by funding pretty much everything that they did as much as I possibly could by investing into their token. Now that they've gotten up and they're doing quite well, I take my rewards, which is the price appreciation. Now it's your turn. So I'll be selling a lot of alts, at minimum 80%, if not 95%. I'll always keep a little bit. Bitcoin's a little bit different, and we know why. Like I said before, if that strategic reserve comes in and they don't just take the 213,000, which is actually in the treasury right now, and they say, okay, we're going to add to this another, 700, 800,000, like with the Lummis bill, and becomes a strategic reserve, then all the other countries buy, all the other institutions come in, all the businesses come in, and they do the same thing that MicroStrategy is doing. Countries do the strategic reserve. It's like a top-down effect. And at that point, all bets are off. Because at that point, you could see Bitcoin and it could go up rapidly, 500, 600K, I don't know. So with that one, I also have to play it by ear. But we'll see. Things will unfold, and I'll be here. But That's when I sell, and that's when I step down until the bear market. Yep. Tomato coin. You know what's good about Tomato coin is I already did the airdrop. I did it 3 years ago. And now it's just going to be another airdrop for all the stakeholders. It doesn't do anything. Maybe. No, it doesn't do anything. I'm still bullish. Thank you. 1 H bar, 1 star, 1 XRP, you lose nothing. Pre-sale is live. This is for the what is it? What is a pre-sale for, Echo? Robin Hood. Aaron Bennett, what do you know about him? Well, Robin, he's a good guy. I've had him on the show a couple times. I've been over on his, and he's just trying to give good information out there. And me and him he just got pretty solid advice. It's from a person he's been around since 2013 and investing in crypto. So you guys check him out. Oh my God. Steven's here. Hey man, what was it? I sent you a message about Wednesday. We'll see. Steven, if you guys don't know, is he is the owner of the San Juan Smokehouse, where we have a lot of our meetups here in Puerto Rico. Great guy, knows a lot of people, knows a lot of things going on behind the scenes, knows all the things about the meme coins that are going on. I get some good advice from him. Precision. Hey, Rob, I remember when you sold some crypto in late 2021. Everyone else said we're going to 100K. You've made some good trades. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. But, you know, these things that one thing I learned about that is because I had to do that to buy more property. Just like I was taking profits 4 months ago, and then in March, we took some profits. The reason why, or what I learned is that once you sell a big slosh or a big position, is that you can never look back at those tokens at that price, because that's dead to you now. Because if you keep looking back and go, oh, if I just would have kept it, I could have done this, or I could have done that. Listen, not all cryptos will go up, but if you sell like today, just know that some of them will highly appreciate at some point. Some may be stagnant, it doesn't really matter. But once you sell, that's dead to you. Now everything that you have, you just pay attention to that. And that's in the past, and you just focus on what you have and what's going to happen. Oh, really? Maybe I should buy some more bonk. It's a correction. It's a correction. It's not a, I know when people, like when I say it's a crash, people say, no, it's a correction. I think it's going to be really bad. No, Rob, it's just a pullback. Ah, okay. Rob, what are the alts you plan on keeping? Yeah, most of them. Oh, excuse me. I say most of them. I meant very few of them. I would think that so far the cycle is looking like, I know people laugh at it, but I'll still keep some Ethereum. I'll still keep Cardano. I'll still keep Solana. And depending how well SWE does, probably still keep that. World Mobile Token, since I'm a node operator, I'll be keeping that. And not much else that I can think of right now. Oh my God. I sold 95% of assets. Am I too late? I think you did a great job. Depends on how low it goes. What a juicy, Darren's here. Juicy day to buy. MT says, and you're going to hear this all the time, this is your last chance to buy under X. I remember hearing that about 50K, 60K, and 70K, and 80K. This is your last chance to buy. And then it would keep going down. Okay, now is the last chance. JJ, hey Rob, is taking Sol and Tangem safe? Seems to be so far. It really comes down to is who you choose as a delegator. And I did a video. If you do a search for digital asset news, Tangem, Solana staking, it's the first one that'll come up. It's like 5 minutes. And I show you how to do the whole process and how to pick one of the more positive delegators for Solana, because you can pick a real dud and you don't really get too much. Yes, exactly. Dump as much as you possibly can. Echo, Rob, do you have mortgages on your properties or do you buy them outright? Most are bought outright, but a couple of not bank loans, but individual loans. And especially here in Puerto Rico, it's very, if you want to use the banks, it's very difficult. It takes it's a long process, but there's deals to be had. So we just do deals in our own little special way. Bobcat miner was $500. It's pretty good. Benjamin bought some Pith. That is a Oracle on Solana. Probably after today, I'm sure it's down pretty highly or pretty massively. So it probably do pretty well, especially in like March, April, May. Will you keep some Doge? If the rumors are true and Elon Musk makes Doge as one of the payment options on X, then there's no reason why I would give up all Dogecoin. Although we'll see how popular the Department of Government Efficiency becomes. Because if that department, Doge, and people get so confused about it, they're going to buy Doge up like crazy. I like Pith, super low latency, very nice. Rob, what percentage of your overall net worth would you say is your crypto investments? That's a good amount. I'd like to refrain from saying the exact amount, but sizable. We'll say sizable. What do you think of Caspa? I own Caspa. I'm hoping it does well. It's actually done quite well over the last couple months, so we'll see how. Nuker, thanks for the sticker. I'm going to take that $9.99 and hopefully not spend it all in one place. Appreciate it. Nah, that's good. Thanks, man. What about Fetch? I got rid of it. I don't know what's going on with that. With Fetch and Fetch ASI. And of course, just because I got rid of it doesn't mean it's not going to be awesome. It's probably going to go up 100x, Nicholas. Because that's usually what happens when I sell. So Rob's all on in crypto. No. For me, crypto's great, but there's not, as far as like yield bearing as time goes on, you can do the staking and make 5%. That's great. But I just feel like there should be multiple streams of revenue. And that's why I do other things. Andrew, stop looking. Why Sui? Take a look at a guy over at Coin Bureau and Nick. They did a great job on Sui and how well it's doing. You can make the same argument for Sui to Aptos. Same kind of developers. They all came from Facebook or Libra as they made that, and they kind of split off. Aptos might even be a better play. They do the same type of language. But it seems like it's doing okay. I wish they would have some more memes on it, more projects being built. But the same thing was said. I remember when Solana came out, people were like, well, it's fast, but no one's really building on it yet. Then all of a sudden it blew up. So I'll just take my chances with Sui for right now. Same thing with like Cardano. I remember when Cardano, people used to hate Cardano. Like, it's not doing anything. This is awful. And all of a sudden, boom, there it goes. Yeah. And Skybeam says it. We'll stop with this one. When Sailor buys, other market makers sell. That's pretty much it. Watch for, like I said, when liquidations happen like this, usually about 2 or 3 days, things start to turn around because it's like a reset button. Then also wait for Michael Saylor to buy some more Bitcoin. And then Tether also to mint another couple billion in tokens or in stable coins, and then we're off to the races. That's it for today. So look, like today's video, on your way out, hit the like, it'd be great. Subscribe, fantastic. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Adios.